and welcome to Food and Magic. In this video, you will see the authentic Maharashtrian thali which is made on festivals or on important occasions like birthdays, weddings and anniversaries. So in today's thali, you will see the recipe of आमटी, वालाची उसळ, बटाट्याची भाजी, भरली वांगी, मसाले भात, काकडीची कोशिंबीर, नारळाची चटणी, शेवयांची खीर and know more about Birgunda and Kurdai. There is a typical way of serving this thali. Each preparation has a specific place to be served. Beginning from the left side is the salt, a piece of lemon, pickle, chutney, koshimbir, usal, amti, bhaji, plain dal rice served with ghee, masale bhat, पोळी और चपाती, कुरडई and मिरगुंड, शेवयाची खीर and मठ्ठा. The Maharashtrian thali is decorated with rangoli on special days like birthdays, weddings or on any auspicious occasion. This rangoli is symbolic of the importance given to whom the thali is served and is said to attract positivity around the plate, which aids in digestion. The haldi and kumkum added are considered auspicious, which attract positive energy around the food. Also, the beautiful design made sets in a happy mood while eating the food. To prepare this whole thali, you will need about an hour. I have shown all the details in least amount of time. If you like my video, do not forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get notifications for my new video. So let's get started. Let's cook the dal, rice and the potatoes in the pressure cooker. Here I have taken 1 cup of washed basmati rice, 1 cup of washed tur dal and 5 washed potatoes. Add 2 cups of water to the rice, 2 cups of water in the dal and just about 1 cup of water in the potatoes. I am adding 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric to the dal. This is a 7-liter pressure cooker. Place a ring below and add water till the ring dips completely. At the bottom place the dal, then the rice in the middle and on top the potatoes. Close the lid and pressure cook this for about 7 to 8 whistles on medium flame. And this is done. Let's open the cooker. This method saves a lot of cooking time and the gas is saved too. We will first prepare the amti as the dal is very soft at this stage and the potatoes too will get time to cool down. Let's see the recipe of the sweet and sour dal called amti. Heat 2 teaspoons of refined oil for the tadka. Add 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, 10 to 12 curry leaves, 1/4 teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, 1 green chili broken into pieces for the taste, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder and mix well till the mustard seeds crackle. To this add the lightly mashed and cooked tur dal and stir well into the tadka. Add about 300 ml of water and mix well. Add the salt as per taste and you can add more water if you want the dal to be of thin consistency. This is a very important Maharashtrian masala which is called the Goda masala. I will add 2 teaspoons of it. I will also add about 3 teaspoons of tamarind pulp and bring this dal to a good boil for about 7 to 8 minutes. This is the ready-made Goda masala that I have used. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of jaggery and boil the dal to get a sweet and sour taste. Our dal has been boiling for more than 5 minutes and it is done. Add the coriander and turn off the heat. The coriander and the fresh coconut complete the taste of the amti. It smells fabulous. You must try making it. It tastes best with plain rice. So friends, do prepare this dal and let me know if you have any doubts in the comments box given below. The dal is prepared in the Maharashtrian homes. It is made every day. Let's see the recipe of Walachi usal. Wala, also called as field beans or butter beans. Any usal preparation has more water to be eaten with rice and roti. I have washed 500 grams of wal and soaked them in water for 24 hours. I have drained the water and kept them in muslin cloth for the sprouting process to set in. After 8 hours, I have removed the skin of each bean. It takes time, but the end result is worth it. Add 1 teaspoon of salt to the water. Add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. And now boil the wal for about 15 minutes till cooked 90%. Keep checking in between so that you do not want to overcook these beans. Here I have taken about 2 liters of water. After 10 minutes, let's check whether it is cooked. And it is done. Put off the heat. Let's prepare the masala, for which I have taken 6 tablespoons of fresh coconut, 1 inch of ginger, 1 green chilli, a fistful of coriander. Grind this to a paste in the mixer jar. Heat 2 tablespoons of refined oil. Add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, that is jeera. One dried red chilli. 10 to 12 curry leaves. Half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing. And mix well. And now add the green masala that we have made. Saute well for 5 minutes till the oil starts to separate. Add in 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 2 tablespoons of goda masala, which I showed you in the amti recipe. After 5 minutes, the oil starts to separate. As I have used less oil, it is not seen much, but you need to saute this till this stage for the raw smell to disappear, and then add the boiled wal or field beans. I am adding 2 pieces of kokum for the mild sour taste. Add salt as per taste, and remember we had added it while boiling also. Add 2 tablespoons of jaggery, as no Maharashtrian cuisine is complete without jaggery. Cover and boil for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, the oil is separated and the fabulous aroma has spread all around. Just garnish with coriander and our usal is ready. Usal is also made of matki, which is called as mot, cholai or moong after sprouting them. This preparation is very delicious and healthy and is mostly eaten with roti and rice both. Add the coriander and turn off the heat. Do try this usal recipe, as this is absolutely delicious. And our Walachi usal is ready. Let's make the batatyची bhaji. This bhaji is made for every occasion, be it festivals or birthdays, and is a very simple recipe. Boil the potatoes and de-skin them. I have also chopped them in medium-sized pieces. Heat 2 teaspoons of refined oil. You can also take clarified butter, that is ghee. Add 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds. 10 to 12 curry leaves, 1 big green chili made into pieces, half teaspoon of asafoetida, that is hing, half a teaspoon of turmeric, and mix well with the tadka. Then add the boiled potatoes and saute for 5 to 7 minutes. Add salt as per taste, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and again mix well and cook for 5 minutes. Cover it for 5 minutes. Add half a teaspoon of lemon juice and turn the heat off. You can also add grated ginger in this recipe. Garnish with coriander, and this bhaji tastes fabulous with puri and roti. In Maharashtrian thali, other vegetables may change, but this bhaji is always made. And a batatachi bhaji is ready. The next recipe is a very popular sabji called as the bharli wangi. Here the brinjals are stuffed with a variety of ingredients. So let's begin the recipe. For this sabji, you need to choose the black variety of brinjals which have tiny green thorns on the stem. Give 2 cuts to divide into 4 parts in such a way that you can easily stuff them. The cut has to be given only till the 3/4 portion of the brinjal and not till the end, as it will break and not hold the stuffing. Here I have taken 8 brinjals. You can also take additional 2 potatoes and cut them similarly. We can put in the same stuffing and cook the potatoes along with the brinjals. Trim off the stems halfway, but do not remove them completely. For the stuffing, here I have taken 2 onions finely chopped, 1 teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon red chili powder, half a teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder for a good color, half teaspoon cumin or zira powder, 1 teaspoon coriander or dhania powder, 1 tablespoon of goda masala, the same one that I showed you in the Amti recipe. 3 tablespoons of roasted groundnut powder. This is a very important ingredient and should not be skipped at all. 2 tablespoons of jaggery to balance the taste. Add salt as per your taste. And mix everything well together. If you observe, jaggery is added in all or rather most of the Maharashtrian recipes, and ginger, garlic, onions and tomatoes are used less frequently in the traditional cuisine. Also add 2 tablespoons of fresh coconut and mix well. Coconut, curry leaves, mustard seeds, asafoetida, groundnut powder are used a lot in the Maharashtrian cuisine. Let's stuff the brinjals now. Take the stuffing and with the help of your thumb push it tightly into the brinjal and fill till the top. Also, whenever you make the stuffing, always make a little extra to add on top of the brinjals while cooking to get a little gravy. Also, onions are not added in this stuffing in many homes, but I add them as I think it tastes better with the onions. All our brinjals are stuffed. Let's cook them now. For this sabji you need lots of oil and it can't be made in less oil. Here I've taken about 6 to 7 tablespoons of oil. Place each brinjal in the oil and we will cover and cook these for 7 to 8 minutes till they are a little soft. Do not add water at this stage. After about 6 to 7 minutes, turn the brinjals. Also adding onions releases little water which makes the stuffing moist and holds the stuffing inside the brinjals. Once the brinjals are turned over and cook for another 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, add about 150 ml of hot water to the brinjals. Add in the remaining stuffing left to make the gravy. Stir gently so that the stuffing does not come out of the brinjals. The brinjals will cook completely in this gravy. After every little while, you can add little hot water to adjust the gravy consistency that you would like. Also, this sabji takes little time to cook than the other sabjis which are made regularly. Cover and cook this sabji for 10 minutes on low flame. After few minutes, turn the brinjals upside down to let them cook from the other side too. Be very gentle so that the brinjals do not break. Also, I am making the traditional recipe, so I have not used garlic. Adding 1 teaspoon of garlic and 1 teaspoon of sesame seeds too adds a very good taste. Again cover and let it cook completely. Just look at this sensational color. The oil is separated and the brinjals have cooked. Our bharli wange is ready. If you want more gravy, you can add little water at this stage. I want it semi-dry, so I will just leave it and serve it right away. This sabji is mainly eaten with roti or bhakri. Bhakri is the roti made with jawar or bajra flour. It tastes absolutely delicious. If you like my video, do not forget to press the like button and subscribe to my channel. Also press the bell icon to get notifications of my future uploads. Do try this recipe and I'm sure you'll love it. The next recipe is of masale bhat made traditionally by adding tendli or tondli. It is also called as ivy gourd. This rice is served with ghee, coriander and fresh coconut. Add 2 tablespoons of oil in a kadhai. I'm adding in 4 to 5 peppercorns, 4 to 5 cloves, 1 tej patta or bay leaf broken into pieces, 4 green cardamoms, 1 teaspoon of mustard seeds, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, 4 to 5 cashew nuts broken into pieces, and saute till the mustard seeds crackle. At this stage I had kept the flame very low. Add in 10 to 12 curry leaves, and half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing. Here I've taken 4 to 5 tendli or tondli as they are called in Marathi, and I've chopped them in pieces. Add them to the tadka and saute on high flame for 2 to 3 minutes. After a minute, add the turmeric powder, about 1 teaspoon, red chili powder as per taste, add 1 cup of washed basmati rice, and saute for a minute. When you saute raw rice while cooking, it does not become sticky, so sauteing it is very important. Lower the flame and add 1 tablespoon of goda masala and mix well. Add salt as per taste and saute for another minute on low flame. If you want biryani like rice which is not sticky, then add 3 cups of water to 1 cup of rice that is taken. Stir once and cover it. Bring to a boil. Here I am also adding 1 teaspoon of sugar. Boil on a very low flame for the rice to cook well. After 10 minutes, you can see the vegetables have settled on the top. Mix it once and steam for another 5 minutes. The rice has been cooking for 15 minutes and it is nice and ready to be served. This rice is traditionally served with sweet and salty ginger flavored buttermilk, which we shall see further in the video. This rice tastes yum. Maharashtrian food is very simple and yet very delicious. Here is some fresh coriander, and not to miss the freshly grated coconut. Hope you too will like this recipe and try it out. And a masale bhat is ready. Let's see the recipe of kakdichi koshimbir. This is a cucumber salad made using groundnut powder, also called as khamang kakdi. Here I've taken a large size cucumber. I will remove its skin and chop it very finely. Here I've taken a small tadka pan. To this add 1.5 tablespoons of ghee and keep it for heating. Meanwhile, we will add a few ingredients to the chopped cucumber. Firstly, add 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of roasted peanut powder, salt as per taste, and mix well. Here you can see the ghee has become smoking hot. Let's make the tadka. Add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 green chili made into pieces, 10 to 12 curry leaves, half a teaspoon of hing or asafoetida, and pour the tadka onto the cucumber and mix well. This koshambir tastes absolutely delicious and is eaten as an accompaniment with roti. Add in the freshly cut coriander. Lastly, add 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and a koshambir or cucumber salad is ready. This preparation is also called as khamam kakdi because of the tadka that we have put. Let's make the nariyalchi chutney made with fresh coconut. Take a mixer jar and to that add 1 cup of fresh coconut, a handful of coriander along with the stems which impart a strong taste, 1 green chili, you can add more if you want, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, salt as per taste. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar and grind to a paste. And a coconut chutney is ready. Isn't it simple? This chutney is always a part of the thali made on any special occasion. Matha is a sweet, sour and salty buttermilk made in combination with the masala bhat. It is a very soothing drink for the digestive system. Let's see the recipe. Here I've taken 1 cup of whisked curd. To this add 300 ml of water. One teaspoon of crushed ginger and green chili. 1 tablespoon of coriander. I like to use the stems too. Two teaspoons of sugar. And salt as per taste. And just whisk it well and keep it in the refrigerator and serve cold. It tastes absolutely delicious. You must try all the recipes shown if you are eager to know about the Maharashtrian cuisine. And our matha is ready too. Shevayanchi kheer is a typical sweet dish eaten in the main course along with puri or roti. Let's see the recipe. Heat the kadhai and add 1 tablespoon of ghee. We will fry the dry fruits first. Add 2 tablespoons of cashew nuts, 2 tablespoons of almonds, and 3 tablespoons of raisins, and stir till golden in color. At this stage, keep the flame very low as the raisins will burn quickly. Remove in a plate, and in the same remaining ghee, I will roast the sevaiya. Here I am adding 1 cup of sevaiya, and on a very low flame start frying them. Keep the flame low to get a deep aroma and a nice golden color. Once golden, add 1 cup of water and let the sevaiya cook only till 90%. This will just take about 3 to 4 minutes to get cooked. Here after 3 to 4 minutes you can see the sevaiya have swelled up and become soft. At this time add warm milk. I have used half a liter of toned milk for this recipe. Stir and bring to a boil. Add a pinch of saffron for the color and a lovely taste, and mix well. I am adding in 1 cup of sugar. This kheer will be of medium sweetness, so you can add more sugar if you want. And bring this kheer to a nice boil for about 7 to 8 minutes. Add the dry fruits when it has boiled, otherwise the milk at times may curdle. I am adding in the pistachios last as they become very soft when they are overcooked. Also add in the elaichi powder as per your taste or nutmeg powder, whichever you like, and our kheer is ready. In Maharashtrian thali, the kheer is eaten in the main course. And our kheer is ready. This kheer can be eaten warm or cold as per your choice. And you can garnish it with rose petals too. Let's make the Maharashtrian style roti. It is called pori. Let's make the dough. Here I have taken 2 cups of wheat flour. Make a medium soft dough which is not very loose nor very tight. Knead well for 5 minutes and keep aside to rest for 30 minutes minimum. I'm showing this video in details for those who are not able to make the dough and know the consistency. Apply a tablespoon of oil on the top and keep it covered. This way the dough will not become dry. You can see after half an hour the dough is very smooth and soft. Let's start making the rotis. Knead the dough for 2 minutes. Pori is big in size, so take a good amount of dough, roll into an oblong or a long shape and apply oil. And fold the way I have shown. It's a very different way of making roti and it is called pori or chapati. Once it is folded, roll into a thin roti. And this is roasted only on the tawa and not on the flame. And the roti is rolled nice and big and thin. Roast on the tawa on both the sides. Keep flipping till golden brown spots appear. And one side is done. Let's roast the other side too. Press with a napkin and it's done too. Apply ghee immediately to the pori to stay soft for hours. Let's see how kurdai is made. Let's fry the kurdai, which is a traditional side dish in the thali, made with wheat by soaking it for 3 days for fermentation. A lot of processing, it is sun dried, which can be used year long as papad. Kurdai always has its place in the Maharashtrian thali along with mirgunda, which is like a thin paper and is fried. Kurdai and mirgunda are made in the summer seasons and stored year long. I will also show you what is mirgunda. This is mirgunda. Actually, when poha papad is dried into square shapes, it is called mirgunda. So this is our traditional papad. Mirgunda and papad are served on the left side of the thali. The food is served on the left side of the thali is meant to be eaten less as they are spicy and oily. The rice is in the center, which is the main staple. Plain dal rice is eaten with usal and amti. Masala bhat is eaten with matha and the vegetables with pori. Kheer is also the part of the main course, which is eaten with roti. And matha, as I said, is eaten with masale bhat. Rangoli too is a part of the special thali. So friends, hope you liked the video. Do try these recipes and do not forget to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to see the new videos first. Thank you for watching.